Hi, my name is Sade Martinez, and I attended Glenwood High School, and I was part of the AP Human Geography, Western Civilization, and U.S. History classroom. That was who I was watching over for. And so, here are my contextual factor videos. For the first contextual factor is the knowledge of students' characteristics. In the first picture is the wall of shame. Students who were on their phone during class put their name on it. There is even a tally system to see how many times they're on it. Many students laugh at this and kind of tease the people who are on the wall of shame. However, this still caused them not to be on their phone because they did not want to be on the wall of shame. So, that was kind of a great incentive in a way not to get their students on the phone. Another one is the hand signals, the second picture. Each keyword comes with a hand signal. It helps students memorize the key words, and it gets the classroom very involved. They get very excited when this happens. And another thing is I couldn't take a picture of it because I have too many students with their faces in it, is the teacher would have them, whoever came in the classroom, they would clap. So when I went into the classroom, I was a big shot. Everybody started clapping. It was really nice, but really interesting. So that's a way of students' characteristics. Many students are very involved in the clapping part, like very enthusiastic, very excited, kind of extra about it, and it really helped them out. Many of the students that do AP classes, they mostly get their prior knowledge from the previous AP classes they took. Majority of time that people who take AP classes end up doing it again and again. That's what happened with me when I was in high school. All my history classes I took were all AP, so that's where I got my prior knowledge. And the classroom posters that you see in the first picture, they all tie in with all the classes my mentor teacher teaches. So that helps out with the prior knowledge too, so help the students, remember what they taught in last year, what class from the class they took. And then the second picture is a junior class. That would be AP US History. And I asked them if they took AP classes up to their junior year for history, and majority of them said yes. Only two said no, that this was they started either their sophomore or their junior year. So it's a real big difference. So their prior knowledge is kind of different because AP classes they kind of taught differently for knowledge wise. So that's what the knowledge of students' prior knowledge is. In one of my observation classes, it was not an AP class. Actually, it was just a regular world history class, and there was actually a special needs helper in that classroom. And I was just asking her some questions, and she said that there were 4 with special needs, and there's 2 with 504s, and that and so she was there to help them out if they needed anything. And one of the cool things about this class was that the teacher had them do a different way of taking notes. So he would print out a template, and then in the template, the students will just fill out the fill in the blanks that he put in there. And so that's what he did, and the lady, the helper, would pass out these notes to the students. And cool thing was that the acronyms. He had tons of, so even if students weren't special needs or 504s or anything, he still helped them out. And there was there was acronyms on the wall to help them memorize stuff. And another cool thing was that on this section of the whiteboard was a help board. So if students ever needed help, they would write down what they needed help with, and so either the professor would help them out or a student who was great in that topic would help them out. So this was a cool way for students to learn. During my time with my mentor teacher, I learned many new things, and in the first picture was a calendar that he put down for each of his classrooms so they can know what they're doing ahead of time, or if they're going to be absent, they know what they did so they can make up for it. And I really love that because it's really organized and puts responsibility on the students too, so if they need to check the calendar. if they ever miss class, so that teaches them responsibility. And another thing is essays. In AP classes, for history, you have to do an essay in order to pass the AP exam. And on the second picture has an example of how to write an essay and the reasons why. And I think that's perfect. We really need to implement that in classes so students do pass it. For knowledge of community, school, and classroom factors, I really didn't take that many photos. One of the cool things about the school is that they teamed up with Apple. So every student for high school gets a laptop, a Mac laptop, and so does the middle school. And then the elementary students get iPads. So that's really cool. That's a cool thing about Glen Rose that they're teamed up with Apple. And another thing is scary thing is that they actually have a nuclear power plant. So on top of practicing fire drills and tornado drills, this district has to practice nuclear safety. So that's just another weird thing, but cool thing about the community. So it's really interesting about what they have to do.